Ghana for for any obi biara aha Ghanatube so modofo snowy any abusian for matana say maji akonye die no mehu say ai ensem no edos ye pa eno ena mede boy say wonsom no eno eni nipa abusian for entempa no di mechie na ensem bia ewo ho ana say bia ekoso ewo manga nim no say memfa ensom di mechie.
Bernard, while we're still waiting for that, some appointments have been made, this time to the office of the Vice President.
Okay.
So let's just take a quick look at that.
Wow.
Alex Percival Segbefia.
Alex Segbefia?
Yes, Chief of Staff to the Vice President.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
There's Mrs. Alberta Graham, Head of Administration.
Okay.
Professor Theresa Enin, Presidential Staffer and Special Aide to the Vice President.
All right.
Ms. Daniela Mavis Matthias, Secretary to the Vice President.
Okay.
Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo,
okay,
Policy Advisor, Political.
Okay.
Professor Sharif Mahmoud Khalid, Policy Advisor, Economic.
All right.
Dr. Hamza Zakaria, Policy Advisor, Economic. Miss Mansa Amwa Ewua. Yes, Amwewa. Okay, it's not hyphenated. So Amwewa, Policy Advisor, Finance.
All right.
And then there's Dr. Miriam Rahina to Idrisu, Policy Advisor, Social Sector. Then they have a press secretary in the person of Mamiama Pratt.
So my first reaction is this is the team that campaigned with her. About 60% of these people are her team that were with her in the campaign, because I know Alex Segbefia was in the team. I know Sharif, is it Sharaf?
Sharif Mahmoud Khalid.
He was also on the team. I'm told Alberta Graham is like a close associate of the Vice President who's worked with her in other previous capacities.
Right.
Amma Pratt was working with Pan-African Television.
Okay.
I think that's Kwesi Pratt's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Ofosu is a former chairman of the party.
Is she I think she's the one married to the running mate of Alan Martin.
Yes, but she's also a media person.
Yes.
Ofosu is a political bigwig,
former national chairman.
So it's a blend of the people she was working with in the campaign and some reinforcement.
Yeah.
I think Alex Segbefia was like the people in the team I spoke to like Alex Segbefia's leadership style.
Right.
He's calm, he's very organized and also respectful and dignified. I think he mirrors. So just like Julius Debra sort of mirrors President Mahama.
Yeah.
Mahama is a people person who people can greet and talk to. Julius Debra is the same. So I think they've also chosen a person who intellectually is up there but also down to earth. Yeah. So I think it reflects very nicely. There are one or two of them I do not know personally. The other thing you can see is that the policy advisor sector tells you. So, for example, she has 2 economic policy advisors, 1 finance policy advisor, but just 1 social sector policy advisor.
Yeah.
Suggesting to me that she probably has enough facility in the social sector and does not need too many advisors because of her training. But her main weakness may be the finance and economic side.
Yeah.
So they've had 3 strong people to beef up that side. Political advisor of Ofosu is big, so that's okay. So I feel like this team is more to support her and prop her up. So let me give you an example. If she goes into a meeting with the education minister, or she goes to meet the social sector, gender minister, education minister, health minister, she knows what to ask them because this is the life she lives.
Yes.
If she goes to meet the BOG, the finance ministry team, she will need a lot of work to be done by these 3 guys to be able to ask them the right questions.
Yeah.
Do you follow my logic?
Yeah.
So this team is to compensate for her shortcomings. That's how I see it. All right.
Right.
So Amwewa, Hamza, and Sharif, 3 people from the finance side and economic side support the vice president. It's an interesting blend. Again, the female-male mix. I would have been surprised if I didn't have enough women. So you have Alberta Graham is a woman, Theresa Enin is a woman, Daniela Mavis Matthias is a woman, that's 3.
Mansa
Amwewa 4, Marian. So this is the first list that has more women
than men. Yeah.
And I know she would have insisted on that.
Yeah.
So of the 10, the only men are Alex Segbefia, Opoku, Sharif and Hamza. So 4-6.
4-6. Yeah.
I mean, we should have found some women in that area.
They would have kicked the men out.
Yeah, no, so everything is looking like her.
Yeah.
You know, so she has 6 women in her team and 4 men in the team to support her work. We wish her well. I'm sure there will be a lot of time to discuss where she stands in all of this.
Exactly.
Because of the fact that President Mahama has just 4 years. So what really will she do?
Yeah.
There's already a national education conference coming. Is she going to chair it?
Yeah.
There's a national economic dialogue. So the education conference is middle of February.
We're told Mahama himself will open that conference, but as to whether he will chair or she will.
That's a good point. And then there's the economic one too. They are doing possibly in March.
Yes.
All right. There's one people are saying is to do on Galamsey. So you notice that a lot of big meetings will be held, which will require the president to be present.
Yeah.
But I think the vice president, being sort of an academic with her background, may be the one. So the president may come and make a big statement and leave, and leave her there to continue. You follow my logic?
Yeah.
So it's like the technocratic, seem like Bawumia type, a technocratic support to a president who has a lot of things to do.
Exactly.
So this team will be very busy. This very. They won't sleep.
They have a lot of work to do.
I'm telling you, because we are told the president consulted his vice quite closely. All right, because he needs somebody with some level of experience as a sounding board.
Yeah.
So these guys will have a lot of work on their hands to do.
Interesting, because a lot of people were thinking Alex Sebefia was going to get a ministerial nomination instead of this.
A lot of people, actually, you are right. I think that maybe that was being considered, but you know, when you look at the formula the man is using, we have come up with some formula. You should not be above 60. You should be an MP.
Yes.
Unless you are from a region that the NDC does have a lot of MPs. So hence Omanibo Ama.
Yes.
Gilbert
Kenneth J.
And then a couple of others. So Kenneth is from Ashanti. Omanibo Ama is from Pablo is from Eastern. They didn't have a lot of MPs from there. And I said, Fear, you are from Volta. Volta has too many MPs.
Yeah.
So to go and appoint you, it's a bit like people like Neil Ante Van Der Poy. Why will the president come and appoint Alex Sebefia or Neil Ante Van Der Poy as a minister?
Yeah.
When people have won seats in parliament who also qualify.
Yeah.
It will be very tough.
Yeah.
You see, so there's a clear. So Alex was not going to get, and he was the health minister, and what do you call it?
Mahama one.
Yeah. So what can you do? And Alex Sebefia is highly respected in the NDC.
Yes.
So if you don't make him foreign minister, what else can you give him?
Yeah.
Which will match his legal training. And a lot of people who work with these presidents, law is a strong advantage.
True.
Law is a strong advantage. So you are right that initially his name was in the conversation for minister, but I think when the man started dropping the cards, we realized that so you know, even people were considering people like Joshua Alabi. His name came out for some ministerial role. He's now GCB board chair. So let me give you a prediction. A lot of the older guys will become board chairs. Because the GCB Bank MD is 44 years old.
Yeah.
But his board chair is Joshua Alabi. So the GCB Bank guy is technically a banker.
Yeah.
He's young, brilliant. But his board chair is an experienced boss.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the chemistry will work well. I think that's what he wants to do. So a lot of the former things will go on boards. We hope we don't see a repetition of Nanado 1, where board chairs were jostling for space with their CEOs.
Yeah.
Some wanted office space.
Office space, yeah.
We really hope. We really hope that doesn't. You know, we really hope that doesn't become the, because a lot of the CEOs are young, and then the board chairs will be old.
Yeah.
Which is what it's supposed to be.
Clearly. Yeah.
So you know, so Alex Sebefia is an interesting pick for chief of staff. The other thing we need to find out is, usually, again from my knowledge, vice presidential staffers don't enjoy their time a lot because they are overshadowed by the presidency.
Yeah.
But that is usually because the people see, some people see the vice presidential team as the people to succeed the president. Okay. So a lot of times people run rings around them from Aliu Mahama time all through. It's been difficult for even Mahama himself under Mills. It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
If you notice, a lot of people Mahama appointed when he took over in 2012 were deputy ministers of ministries that were probably not listening to him. So the difference with this is that we don't know what the next plan is.
Right.
Do you get it? So we are not sure how. So let me give you an example. If I'm a minister who is eyeing the presidency, do we know what the vice president wants to do? Whether she also wants
to be president or not?
How that affect my work with them? Right. So those are some of the things we should look out for in our work to see whether there are any things going on there.
Interesting times ahead.
Yeah, very.
Opoku, former national chairman.
Yeah, he's been a bit silent.
Yeah.
The only time I saw him was when Akosua was interviewing the what do you call it? When they were
those who made it into the inner perimeter.
Yes, when they were doing the handing over.
The inauguration,
you know, he lost the chairmanship bid, his return to General Mosquito. And I think Opoku is part of NDC architecture that cannot be taken away. Former MP for Fantiakwa, then national organizer, even ran for Tema West, and then national chairman. Been there, done that, has a t-shirt. Very experienced politically. So I think it's a good pick. You need somebody to. So for example, if you want to organize your local politics and travel to go and deal with party people, how do you go about it? Who do you need to consult? How do you do it so it doesn't cause confusion? All right. And how do you align your policies to the politics of the time? He's a master at that. So hopefully he has the energy and the zest to drive that type of thing for him.
But there are those who argue that it appeared he had fallen out with the Mahama team, and so most people were not looking out for an appointment for him.
You know, we who are not politicians, we don't understand how politicians work. Politicians, they are very interesting people. 3 people will run for general secretary, 2 will lose. Next week they are talking to each other and they are laughing. So I think sometimes with the media we assume that because somebody ran against somebody and they lost, and because this person supported that person, it means that they are fighting.
Automatically,
they will go and have a meeting the night and settle their scores, and you are not there.
You are not there.
So I don't trust politicians like that. They know what to do to each other. So I think the reason he lost, apart from the fact that General Mosquito is well oiled on the ground, was that they felt that the prosecution against him by the NPP weakened him. And in opposition, you want a strong chairman. And I think the NDC chose General Mosquito and Fifi because they wanted strong people to face the government. So let me tell you something. NPP will do the same. In opposition, they look for people who can stand up, because the government will intimidate opposition. So General Mosquito will not be intimidated. Fifi will not be intimidated. They like Chairman Opoku. But in opposition, no. They don't want. They want Mosquito to West Batakali and come and do. So that's why. So I don't think he fell out. He's always been part of them. You know, that's what they do. So they decide that they want this type of person to lead us in opposition. They want power. And they want Fifi Kwete and General to give them power. When they are in government, they choose a different kind of person.
You present a certain front when you are in opposition, but when you are in power, it's a different.
So you watch MPP very carefully. You notice that some of the people who start running for positions will be people who say shit. And this year, they will come.
Already people have started advertising themselves.
If you watch our policy for a long time, realize that a lot of things don't change. You know, so I'm interested in the Sharaf because Sharaf has been on City quite a bit. And you know, Sharaf is a young finance academic who's taken his chance with politics and done very well. He's from Wa Central. And I think it's a very interesting pick because he has some very interesting views about the economy. So I look forward to hearing some of the things you say and how that will support the big team. So for example, the National Economic Dialogue they are doing. Will the Vice President have a role? If she has a role, then it will mean that Sharaf, Hamza and Mansa will be the key drafters of that. That policy. All right. When the president was in opposition, he was saying that Akufo-Addo should chair the national economic team because of the crisis we're in.
Yeah.
So I think this again my view. I think Mahama will not leave the economy.
Yeah.
He will, because he knows that everything is on it. Yeah. He will not cede it to somebody. So I don't see the same role Bawumia played for Akufo-Addo in this vice president. I think Mahama will want to be part of the economic discussion, because his point to Akufo-Addo in 2022 was that call a national forum, chair it like Senchi, because we are in crisis.
Yeah.
And in a crisis, you don't listen. You listen, but you decide.
Yeah.
So I am predicting that he will be at the National Economic Forum. He will sit in the meeting. He will take notes, and he will drive the process.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be seen to be leading the economic recovery. Because this is only legacy to leave. You come to inherit an economy that's on its knees, and you have 4 years. You don't have time to be traveling around the country telling people to do it. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that in this particular case, the vice president may not have such a big role in the economic recovery as it was in Bawumia.
And for Yako Abba would say in some no essay, or there, and I say I know their day, and it was dinner for our dinner. A wookie me, a comment section or Naminja Bray and Kinkai Emma Aha, a Ghanatube, so I was young for society, my crowd.